In 2021, an American professor predicted a sustained mass exodus. He said that many people will leave their jobs due to the pandemic. It sounded like an ominous prophecy, but if it helps, he gave it a cool name. He called this phenomenon the Great Resignation. And he was right. In 2021, a record number of people quit their jobs. In the US, this number stood at 47 million. It's been 2 years since. The overall quit rate in America is reaching the pre-pandemic normal. The Great Resignation is finally over, except for the C-suite. For CEOs, the big quit is just ramping up. Just look at the numbers. In the first half of 2021, some 76 CEOs left their post globally. It was considered a big deal. 76 in 6 months, higher than the total in all of 2020, and a 23% jump since 2018. It was called a C-suite turnover spike. But cut to today, CEOs are having their worst year in decades. So far this year, more than 1,400 have left their jobs. 1,400 chief executives have quit US companies. That's the highest in the past 2 decades. Almost a 50% rise for the same period last year. What kind of companies are they leaving? The government and non-profit sector are the worst hit. The technology sector came in second. A number of women CEOs have also abandoned boardrooms, a 19% increase from the same period last year. The question is why? Why are CEOs leaving their jobs at a record-breaking clip? The specific details of CEO exits are typically undisclosed, but according to experts, a few reasons contribute. Many CEOs are trading fatigue for family life, much like former YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki. She stepped down after 9 years in the role to quote-unquote start a new chapter focused on her family and health. Corner office or not, everyone needs a break. Stress is hitting workers young. Surveys say 42% managers face burnout regularly. And this builds over time. CEOs spend their lives climbing the corporate ladder. But now many are opting out. And that's not the only reason. The US workforce is also shrinking. More baby boomers are reaching retirement age. Now, these are people born around the mid-20th century. They're called baby boomers. Plus, the average CEO is 8 years older at higher now than 2 decades ago. So this year, 22% of all CEO exits were retirements. In some cases, CEOs are stepping down thanks to their own actions. Since the Me Too movement, workplace behavior has come under increased scrutiny. More calls for diversity and inclusion have been made. Corporate boards are paying more attention, and the result is visible. This year, the CEO of Chicago Board Options Exchange, Edward Tilley, and BP chief Bernard Looney both had to resign. Why? Because they failed to disclose personal relationships with employees. Now, whatever be the reason, resignations are piling up fast. So far, the numbers speak to the Great Resignation in the US. For other countries, the situation is still unclear. Data is not available. Studies are underway about the state of the C-suite in the post-pandemic world. But here's what research says. The world over, a few decades ago, the average CEO tenure stood at 12 years. Today, it has decreased to about 5 to 7 years. Chief executives globally are moving out faster than before.